Hi there. Okay, so I'm going to try video this time and see how it goes. I hope you understand me. This Thursday, the 16th of July, at 2:24 in the very early morning, it's the new moon in Cancer. Um, the new moon is when we're attracting things we want to add into our lives. And with Cancer, it's all about family, nurturing, emotions. It's about your stable environment, your feeling of safety. It's about growing. It's about releasing insecurities, especially emotionally. Um, about intimacy, and caring, and feeling, and your moods. So those are the themes we're working with. So anything in those areas that you want to attract, you can work on during this new moon. There's a lot going on in Cancer. We both have the Sun and Moon conjunct in Cancer, of course, because it's the new moon. But we also have Mars and Mercury conjunct in Cancer as well, and they're right on top of each other, the same degree. So when we have a Mars and Mercury conjunct, then we really need to watch our temper and what comes out, because we have a tendency to just blurt out whatever comes to mind, especially if something annoys us or gets to us. So taking a deep breath and just thinking before we speak is a very good idea these days. Otherwise we might end up accidentally pushing someone away or hurting someone. We also have the Jupiter and Venus conjunction that's in Leo. And Venus is going retrograde very soon on July 25th. And they're both squaring Saturn. Jupiter and Venus conjunct in Leo really wants us to find our passion. It wants us to live our passion, to bring it out into the world, show the world what we've got to share, find the courage to go for whatever it is we want and make it happen, bring it out there. But with the square with Saturn, it comes with a bit of a twist. Saturn demands that we use structure and discipline, that we do the hard work in order to make things work. So Saturn is really asking us, well, yes, all of these energies are pushing you to do what you're dreaming, what you want to do, and they're helping you, easing the way for you. But I'm here to make sure that you really want what you're going for. Are you willing to do the work for this? Are you willing to go with this both in the good times and the bad? Because if not, I'm gonna stop you. And that's really what the square is about for him on a personal level. It's about testing us to see if we're really up for the task of manifesting whatever our passion is. If we're all the way there, if we're all in. And if we are, if we're willing to do that work, if we're willing to structure, if we're willing to work for whatever it is Jupiter and Venus and Leo are bringing us and inspiring us to do, well, then Saturn is going to help us. Then it's going to pay off, because then he's also going to see, okay, you're doing the work I want you to do, then fine, then I won't obstruct your work. I won't restrict it and stop the flow of it. So that's really what's going on there at the moment. Venus is going retrograde. Venus is going retrograde on the 25th of July. And she is in Leo right now, but she's going to just enter Virgo before she goes back to Leo in the retrograde motion. So the retrograde Venus is actually in Virgo when it goes retrograde. So she really comes in with this earthy and purified energy of Virgo. this priestess energy of purification, of cleansing. And then she goes back retrograde into Leo with all the fiery, feisty Venus energies of that sign, and changes the energy around again. And one of the things that are underlying this retrograde is that we're going to have to try and see if we can find that purity in ourselves, and manifest that in our lives. Find that more balanced view of our femininity, where we both have the feisty Leo energy, the fire, but we also have the calm and stable, earthy Virgo energy, the pure wisdom that she brings us. So it's a dual vibe in that sense. And it's a good thing to keep in mind, because when we're nearing the end of the retrograde, the past 2 weeks, she's changing from being an evening star to a morning star, and that energy shift is pretty intense. The evening star is the more calm feminine qualities, the more mature feminine qualities, where the morning star is the feisty warrioress who's really just roaring out there, going for whatever she wants and doesn't give a damn whatever anyone else thinks. If she wants a lover, she's going to hunt him down, no doubt about it. So our bodies might wake up these last 2 weeks of this retrograde motion, and that's from the last week of August, the first week of September. And be careful what you do in those 2 weeks, because the urges will be there and they're going to try and take the power from us. But whatever you do under a Venus retrograde might end up costing you dearly. It might end up with long-term complications that you didn't ask for, and that can be anything from sexual diseases to sudden pregnancies to hurting someone because you were with the wrong person and didn't think it through, or just ending up with someone who's really bad for you or brings out a lot of bad stuff in you. So use discernment here in those last 2 weeks, and if your body is just roaring for attention, then try staying with that energy. Try meditating with it. Try finding peace in it and see what it's actually trying to tell you, apart from that carnal desire thing. I mean, there's something beneath it, and we have in society today, this sexuality aspect is just so out of balance, and it's sort of an either or. Either we completely stay away from it, or we just dive all in, and it's just this roaring, fiery energy where there's no depth in it. And this is actually an opportunity to try and find a balance between the earth and the fire. Try and find that calm in the fire and see that power for what it really is. It's sort of a tantric energy, really. So try that. If you're getting hit by that storm that's going to come up those last 2 weeks, try finding peace in it and see if you can find some power in it that can be used for your creativity, for a creative outlet, instead of going to a bar. If that's what you're going to do, then that's what you're going to do, and that's fine. No judgment. Just, try the different aspect first and see if it works out for you. So yeah, there's a lot of goddess rising energies about all of this. When she shifts from being the evening star to the morning star, she goes into the underworld. She fades from the sky, and she goes into the underworld, and she is reborn as the morning star. So from the 7th of August until the 22nd, she fades from the sky, disappears, and then slowly comes back out, and then she comes roaring out as the morning star. And in that phase, there is this void. She's It's this inner turmoil about the whole goddess energy where she fades away, she becomes suppressed, she dies, she has to go in and leave her power behind and then find new strength and be reborn in the Leo morning star energy she comes out with. And that's not just her going through that. We're all going through that, women and men, because men, of course, have the feminine aspect inside of them as well. So this is also a dying and rebirthing of our creativity, of our feminine power, and whatever that brings us. So try using this period to reflect on how you use your femininity, how you use your feminine power, and how you connect with it. And if you don't, then try connecting with it. Try finding that strength inside of you, that creative surge, and see if you can use it and find a way to bring it into your daily life. It's such a big part of us, and it's been suppressed for so long, and it's just time for it to reawaken so that we can become all of this feminine power and fire that we're supposed to be. So yeah, I think that was it. Yes. So enjoy. I'm going to send a link for some more practical tips on how to work on the new moon energies and writing your wishes. And yeah, and please give me some feedback if this video thing is something you'd like me to continue with or you prefer it in writing, because I'm not a native English speaker, so I don't know how this is going to work out. So let me know, please. Bye for now.